I love me some creepy pastas, some spooky spaghettis, if you will. And of all the freaky fettuccine fuckboys out there, if I had to tell you my favorite, it'd probably be Photo Negative Mickey from the Abandoned by Disney series by Slime Beast. Maybe Smile Dog. But hey, Sonic.exe is definitely up there. Probably. Versus Sonic.exe. It's a Friday Night Funkin mod. A pretty popular one. You probably heard of it. It's got a hell of a lot of music, and I'm gonna rank all of them. Most of them. Some of them. You get the point. I'll start off with the songs from the first 3 major updates, 1.0, 2.0, and 2.5, and then review some of the other unreleased songs when I'm finished with those. I'm ranking these based on their sound, the art, how much it fits the character. Who really cares? There's no rules, and it's all my opinion. To clarify, I don't know jack shit about music theory or anything like that, so I'm more rating these off vibes. So, without further ado, let's do it. We're gonna start off with the first version of this mod. God damn, this is stank as hell.
Why is it already stinking? Oh my goodness! It already stink! Oh my! What the fuck? It smells like best.
Oh my god! This looks like hot ass. But does it sound like hot ass? Let's get to that. Alright, first up is Too Slow, composed by Marstar Bro and featuring Xenophanes as the opponent. The, at the time, canon version of Sonic.exe, now owned by Johto Boy, who also made 2011X, currently the main version of EXE for his remaster of the Sonic.exe game, as well as another character which we'll be discussing a little bit later. Before we get to the music, we gotta discuss the art here. As previously mentioned, it's a load of hot ass, even for the early days of FNF modding. But what really matters here is the music. Now, Too Slow starts off in the motif of Hill.Gym, the theme of the first and final stages of the original Sonic.exe game by Miss Crimson. And boy does it drag. It drags pretty damn hard. It goes on for way too long. And a lot of remixes fix this, like Too Slow Encore has it shortened in just the first part of the song. But in this version, it just goes on for way too long. And if I'm listening to it, I'm always going to skip the intro. Anyway, after that snooze fest of an intro, we get to the real meat of the song, a pretty basic Genesis type beat. It's not really that bad, no real complaints, other than Xeno's vocals, which aren't really the best. Something about it just doesn't really hit for me. But it's not too grating or annoying to listen to, so I guess it's not too bad. Charting ain't too bad either. The static notes are a cool touch, rather than an instant blue ball. Missing them just messes up the screen a little bit. At a couple points of the song, it'll also flash a creepy image of Sonic and play a piano sound. I don't know why it's there. It never really tripped me up. It's just kind of annoying. A couple highlights for me are probably the jump scare, being a reference to the animation in ordinary battle amongst familiar hills. Flash animation from DeviantArt that starts off as a normal picture of Sonic and Robotnik facing off in Green Hill before some static shows up. Sonic.exe rubs his hand on the picture and shows up inside it, and he screams at you. Pretty freaky, huh? Now we move to the sound test mode, ripped straight from Sonic CD, where we can input codes to access other songs and a few hidden messages. Access with code PCM12DA25 in the sound test. Endless by Marstar Bro once again features Majin Sonic, an Easter egg from Sonic CD. Putting the previously mentioned code into the actual Sonic CD sound test, it displays this creepy image and plays the game's boss theme. Now, Sonic CD's got 2 entirely different soundtracks based on whether you're in the US or Japan. So, in the Japanese version of the game, well, it's still kinda creepy. It plays this super funky tune. gotta mention that Japanese boss theme from Sonic.exe, one of, if not my favorite Sonic songs, just of all time. Now meanwhile in the US, it sounds like a nightmare. Anyway, back to the actual song. Now, despite being based on Sonic's CD, the song is made up of Genesis instruments and sounds from the Sonic games. Even Majin's voice itself is a Genesis trumpet sound. Regardless though, the song is still really good. Like, easily the best in the mod so far. And probably one of the reasons the mod got so damn famous. But like, honestly, for good reason. The song absolutely jams. Onto the art, and yeah, it's still nothing too crazy. It's an improvement over the last song. Maybe a little bit, but not by much. Also, Majin himself kind of reminds me of former United States President Barack Obama. Like, the fucked up Sonic-y caricature of him. Am I just insane? Probably insane. The song's got a pretty freaky game over animation, with BF being surrounded by Majin's game of Mazins. Majins? The other freaky Sonics in the background, only to be transformed into one of them, and for the game to crash if you don't retry fast enough. Ugh, freaky. Next up, PCM7, DA7, and the sound test is Execution, composed by Vania and sung by Lord.exe, the other character made by Joe Doughboy for the Sonic PC port, or just Sonic PC now, I think, game, in the larger Soulless Sonic series. Also, probably my favorite EXE out of all of them. Now, let's get the art out of the way, because the X's idle sprite is literally traced from some old art. Kinda makes you think, what else was traced in this mod? Yeah, once again, not too impressive. Well, a lot of people really dislike this track. I honestly kinda dig it, especially the instrumental. It gives off this weird kinda otherworldly theme to it, giving this song of being trapped in the game with Lord.exe, especially reinforced with the use of the melody of Thorns from the base game, a song sung by somebody else stuck in a video game. The addition of the record scratches from Sonic CD is also kind of cool. Another thing I've noticed about Lord.exe's songs, including this one, is, to me at least, it feels more like X is actually rapping than singing, with his voice almost sounding atonal. Also, if I don't bring it up, somebody's gonna be on my ass in the comments. So yes, Lord.exe's voice in the 1.0 build is just a pitched down version of Tricky's voice from Verse Tricky. Overall, 1.0 compared to the other mods that came out around its time doesn't really stand out all too much. It's not bad, but it's not really the best. Well, most of the songs are pretty alright. The art isn't really anything to write home about. But don't worry, this is just the start. Next time I'll be covering the 2.0 update, which adds more characters, remasters a lot of the songs, and is overall a lot better, and what really sprung this mod into the spotlight. Now, if you enjoyed this, consider checking out my other videos, especially this one where me and a couple idiots play Uno and Roblox. If you want to see more videos like this, just say something down in that comment section down there. And if you dig what I do, consider dropping a like. It wouldn't hurt, you know? And if you really dig it, maybe subscribe. You got nothing to lose, and you can always undo it later. With that being said, I'll catch you later. See ya.